Hello, welcome to the channel. Jamie here from JAYP Cars. You join with my L322 Range Rover today, doing a few little jobs because we need to do the fuel filter. We need to fix the doors because the doors won't lock. I'm going to undo this first. It is a T40 and that should lift off. I can take this electrical connector out, and around the back I've got a T25 that I need to take out, and then this should just come straight up and out. I do need to remove the fuel hoses as well. Just going to pinch them with these things here, I think. Then just to undo these Jubilee clips. Let's lift this filter up and out. Okay, so the new one does not have this extra electrical piece on the top, so that means I'm going to have to pull it off. That can just go straight in and then straight back in. So let's get these hoses back on. I know there's going to be people at home going, you should be wearing gloves. Yes, I should be. Here we go. Are you happy now? It's actually a really simple job and I'm happy to have done it. This one here. So that is how to change your Range Rover fuel filter. That's all back in as well. All I've got to do now is just prime it. Check for leaks. I can hear it pumping it in. There we go, fully primed. All the air was coming up through or going back down through that yellow tube there. There you go. Took a little bit of time, but of course that's just because it's going to be a little bit of airlock in there, a little bit of time for the fuel to get to the engine. And now we're onto the door locks, because when you do this, nothing actually happens. It just kind of doesn't do anything. So to get the key sorted, I need to get the cylinder out, and it's actually quite easy. What you do is there's a little black tab just here. And then you've got a T30. Okay, so the T30's been undone. This should just pull out now. Okay, so here is the new kit. Bought that for like 12 quid or something. We'll put a link in the description so you can find that. And then yeah, this is the barrel. So as I'm turning my key, it's not doing anything. So something's obviously giving up in there. First thing we need to do is, I think it's this little pin here. Okay, so I have managed to pull the pin out, push this actuator down, and this horseshoe thing should slide out this way. And then the whole thing comes apart. This old spring. This would be the thing that has broken and therefore is causing me, there we go, to not be able to lock my car. That one there, so that one sits underneath that one, that sits on top, that goes that way. Put a little bit of grease in the bottom. So I do have two of these that are exactly the same, bar the way they sit. What, left-hand drive, right-hand drive cars maybe? Assume it's that way. But either way, that one's got to go in first. Oh, Scheisen. Don't think that's supposed to come out. Why is it now? Oh God, what's going on here? This has now gone beyond what I thought it was going to. Do I now just have to hope to God I can put all this back together? So the base one there sits like that with the bigger piece here where the retaining pin goes and the smaller piece on that side. And then you get the next one to go in. That one has the biggest piece here facing the opposite of the retaining pin. So you see that's a big thick bit. It's got like 3 pieces, so it's like 1, 2, 3. The old spring versus the new spring. The old spring seems to be a bit more like curved on these points here. That's weird because the spring's totally facing the other way to what the new one does. That spring's going from there to there, whereas the other one's going from there to there. So I used the old spring and then I used the old horseshoe as it felt tighter. Actuate in over the top. Old horseshoe goes in, and then this one. But it wouldn't stay together. I wonder whether it's because the barrel came up. It might not be locking on. It's not, because that needs to go over that. I see. Okay, so, yeah, the barrel was out, because obviously it all fell apart. Maybe it clamps onto the barrel, or cylinder even. I think it's the cylinder actually, isn't it? Let's push that down. The actuator comes down. Horseshoe goes. It's like impossible with this bloody key on the end as well. But I can't get my key off the end, because it won't let me. It literally won't let me even pull it out. Now it's all just falling apart. Okay, so I think it's fair to say that I did have a bit of an old moment because the actual little bits out of the cylinder kept falling out. Like literally, this kept coming out with the key and it wouldn't come off. And then it wouldn't line up and it wouldn't take the key. And I thought, oh, and then the cylinders and the actual little blades themselves that line up with all of this here actually started falling out. I had to try and guess back where they all went, and I was just like, oh my God, but I managed to do it. And but it's all now back in. I've just got to see now whether it works. It doesn't. Oh wait, it's doing something. If I work it a bit, it might work. Doesn't want to go in. It's got no choice but to go in. Okay. So I don't want to lock myself out because that would be a bit ridiculous, wouldn't it? So I'm going to keep this back door open, close that, and lock it. Moment of truth. Hasn't fixed it. So what is it not doing? It is doing this. It is moving it side to side. So why is it not locking? Okay, so it's not perfect, but it is working. I 180'd the actuator and it unlocks and it does lock. So hopefully that'll be that. I must admit, I don't trust it that much. It feels a little bit like it's crunching a little bit. So what I need to do is, because I don't fully trust it, is I need to get the central locking working, because at least then my keys work, because then if it does lock on the driver's side, I can unlock everything else and get in. So I need to get the central locking sorted, because central locking on this car doesn't work. So key goes into the ignition, position 1, 0, out, press hold unlock and press 1, 2, 3 on the locks. No. The problem is that my key is a little bit buggered as well. This is the thing with these keys, they kind of degrade in the top here, especially on the lock button, and then you try to like press it in and it's not working because it's all like slopping down the sides. I'll try it one more time. That one, and 1, 2, 3. Unlock. Unlock. It works. Okay, that's cool. So I need to get the key replaced, because what's happening is I was trying that whole time. I was pressing in the lock button, but it was kind of squidging down into the key rather than actually pressing the button. So what that means is that if this does actually fail on that lock, at least I can still unlock the rest, because obviously when I lock the car door manually, let's have a look, it locks all of them. And the problem is then that if I unlock it and it decides not to unlock, then I might not be able to get in the car. Having unlocked this one, it hasn't unlocked the rest. So having the key means that I can at least get in. And if I hold it down, it does the windows as well. Does all the windows. If I keep holding it, it does the sunroof. So worst comes to worst, I can get in through the windows and the sunroof. If I hold lock, does it lock all the rest? Yes, it does. Perfect. Well, I'm happy with that. Just need to get some new key fobs because, yeah, they're a bit crap. So if you need to know how to recalibrate your keys for your L322 Range Rover, simply put it into position 1 in the ignition, take it out, and within 30 seconds, you hold down the unlock button and press the lock button 3 times. It will then reinitialize the car and the keys, and you'll be able to do all the windows and stuff like that. And yeah, and lock your car. Perfect. There is also one more thing that I do need to do, and that is the bush that needs doing on the front. There's literally a massive hole in it, that's crazy. But at the moment I haven't got the part, so instead I'm going to do that in another video. Thank you very much for watching. Please do subscribe if you haven't already, I really would appreciate it. See you in the next video, where we will probably be doing the bush on this, and also I've got some video for the CL500 to put out, so see you then. Cheers guys.